Hello and welcome to a web design tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to implement the jQuery toggle effect. It's slightly different from the one mentioned on jQuery.com in the API example settings, but this is one that I've used on a couple of sites now. I developed it for a client project which required a smooth animation for their read more section in one of their project blog pages. As you can see on this page here, I know it's not a very interesting page, but for an example, when you might use it, you might want to use it in your blog. For those of you using WordPress, some of you may know that you can get plenty of plugins to do it for you, but without actually editing your code, the standard read more link in WordPress literally just displays the code. There's no smooth transition in between it. So for something, if you want it to look a little bit nicer, look a bit more professional, I think this is a great little effect with relatively small amount of code needed to implement it. So the end effect is that when you click on the read more link, the text slowly slides in underneath and slides back up when you click on it. Just literally a perfect toggle. And as you can see, I've run a border around the whole of the page, just to show you that that it's held within, it's contained within the other elements. It doesn't do anything funny like push out either side or break any of the other divs or IDs that you're currently using. So let's go on to the code. There it is there, but I won't use that. We'll do a new one, so I'll talk you through it. So we're going to start with our HTML tags, and I apologise now for any bad typing. I'm set my Windows-based computer off to for a little repair, and I bought a new keyboard just before it went away, and I'm testing out on my Mac at the moment. So some of the keys are the wrong way around for the Mac interface, and although I could change it, I've been lazy, basically. So I will spell a few things incorrectly or have to delete them, so bear with me. jQuery toggle, there we go, and underneath script type text JavaScript, and a few people I know have had issues with their jQuery files not linking properly. Normally it's because most common one is because people are spelling it like that, SCR instead of SRC. But another way you can actually link to your file, rather than actually have it on your site, you can actually just link to the main one on jQuery.com, which is where we're downloading these from anyway. So really, if you want to, you might as well just have that as one less file you have to upload. But the URL for that is what I've just pasted in there. So it's http://code.jquery.com/jQuery- and then it's the current version number. So if you don't know what the current version number is, at the time of this video it was 1.5.2, and you can find out by going to jQuery.com, and it will say the version number underneath the download button. And you just want to put that in with decimal points in between each number, with .js at the end for the standard one, or .min.js for the compressed version. And then close that off and end our script. Make sure you do end it, because otherwise you'll be wondering why it's not working, because the whole of the page is written in script and don't want to save it just yet. We'll apply a quick style, because we're going to need to hide our div that contains our text that we want to toggle in, toggle out initially, so it doesn't appear on the page. Sorry, text, it's type equals text /CSS. There we are, and then we just want to do hash symbol, and we'll call it hidden. We'll call the ID hidden. And then you just want to use the CSS command display and do none. Finish that off with squarely brackets, and you can close that off. And there we go, style, and we'll close the head off there and open up the body tags. Sorry. Dear me, my typing is really bad at the moment, sorry. Right, so I'm going to do it as a link, as a web link. I'll show you how to do it as a button quickly as well, just in case you want to use a button. but you'll need to configure the script code for that as well, and I'll show you that afterwards. The script code will type in after we've actually put in the link, and it has to go below it rather than above, otherwise the script doesn't function properly. So we will do AID equals, and we'll just call it toggle href, and rather than putting in a hash, if I can get the symbol right, because that will show up on the web page. If I click the quick back onto here, as you can see, nothing appears down the bottom left where it should do on Safari, or if you're using a different browser. Normally in the bottom bar of your browser, when you hover over web link, it will show you the destination target URL. Because this is actually just being used as a function for when you click it, it's not actually doing anything or going anywhere on the page. So rather than have it randomly put a hash symbol up in the URL, what we can do is we can use a little bit of JavaScript. Just type in JavaScript :void open brackets 0, not a naught, not an O even. You want to use a naught or a 0, and finish it off with semicolon. And basically that will hide the hash symbol. It doesn't show any text there. It doesn't show any of the JavaScript that may be running. I'll finish that there, and we'll just put click me, and we'll close off that a link, and then we'll do our div ID, which is going to be hidden. So we'll put our hidden text in here, and we'll open up our p tags inside that. Just have that in one, and we'll just put this is the hidden text on this web page, and we'll close that div off. And then we want to do the script for it. So you want to open up your script tag, and you can see like that. There's no need to run the text JavaScript through it again here, and we will start off with a dollar symbol, and you want to do open bracket. Sorry, I'm just looking at my note that I made earlier. Yeah, it is. It's speech marks, hash symbol, and then the ID that we're using to toggle, which was obviously an ID here. That's why we're putting the hash symbol in first. ID is a hash. Toggle. Round that off, and we're going to do dot click. So when you click on it, and open up brackets again, we're going to perform a function, which will be open and close brackets again, which will be another dollar sign. Open up those brackets again, speech marks, and it will be for our hidden div. So do that again, close that one off, full stop, slide, and then toggle. Make sure slide is in lowercase, the S is a lowercase, and the T for toggle is uppercase. The rest of them are then lowercase again, and open it up, and then we'll do transition speed of slow. Close that one off, semicolon at the end, close the squiggly bracket, close the round bracket, and put a semicolon to finish that. And then finally finish off with the closing script bracket, close off the body bracket, and close off the HTML. So I'll leave it there for a sec so you can have a look and just type that out if you need to. But basically what we've done is in this, I'll run to you from the top, we've set the title, we've put the script linking to the main jQuery file. We've got the style for the hidden div set to display as none, so that when you load the page, it's not going to display what's in that div. And that will work for images as well. Anything that's in it, just won't be displayed. Close that off, close the head off, open up our body tag, and we've got our AID link for toggle with the JavaScript code just to hide what it's running, and with the click me. So when you click that, it's going to display the hidden div and what's inside it. So then we've got the hidden div. Inside that we've got our p tags. You can put text, images, any other effects that you may want that you can put the image slider in, for example, videos, whatever you want. Close that off. We're then running the script underneath that. So we've got our $, and we've got our open brackets, speech marks, our hash and toggle for the ID. Close that off, and .click, and for form, so on click, it's going to perform a function of sliding in, doing a slide toggle at a slow animation speed for the hidden div. And we've got all that closed off as well. So hopefully you've got all that now. So we'll just save that. I'll just save it as toggle1.html because I've already got toggle saved to my desktop for the main one. So we'll save that. To replace it. And I'll just change that in my URL to 1. There we are. So this is what you should have. Click me. This is the hidden text on this web page. As you can see, it just slides in, slides out, slides in, slides out. If I set that to fast, I'll show you why it's not a good idea, because it doesn't really look like it's an animation then. Refresh that page. It's just a little bit too quick, I think. Especially if you've got a lot more text. So again, you wouldn't really be using this if you've got a couple of words like we've got here. But for for extended text, rather than taking up the full page of your main blog, you could easily implement this to show the other hide and then show the other text if clicked on. But fast is a little bit too fast, so we'll set that in there. I'll also show you quickly how you can just use it as a button instead. So we'll change that to, all you have to do is just change it to button and then close off the button. And then instead of the hash toggle, just set it to button. Obviously, you have to be careful. If you've got multiple buttons on the page that you're using this, you'd be best running with the link ID or setting up an ID for it to run through. Anyway, I've saved that, so we'll just go back onto this page and refresh that, so you can see that click me is turned into the button, and when I'm clicking it, the transition is set back to slow, and it's slowly sliding in and sliding out. So the same can be applied with the hidden div down here. You don't have to have it in here. You could change it, so you could just put it as these p tags if you've got a really simple page that you're trying to run it on. So we'll just leave that, and then we'll just change the style up here just to p. So paragraphs are hidden, basically, and then we need to change that down in the script here. So save that, and refresh the page, and works just like that. Okay, but I normally stick them inside a div like that because it just seems to work a little bit easier. Right, so there is the jQuery toggle effect. I'll have another few out next week, maybe one late Sunday evening. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it's been useful to you. Please comment, rate and subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon, guys.